Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Draft Day Sports College Basketball. This is episode 22. After finishing the regular season first in the league, we are now into the conference tournament. Round 1 of the conference tournament, the lower seeds, 5 through 12, going head-to-head with one another, looked like this. Alamo Heights with the upset over Southeast Missouri State. I think that's who we are. No, I don't think that's who we are set to play. I think we should be going up against Alabama A&M, who beat Prairie View. I do believe that was kind of the mid-range team matchup. But yes, one big upset in the number 5 team losing to the number 12 team here in the opening round. It would be nice if we get that number 12 team, if it restructured based on league record and instead of just seeding, but I think seeding is what's going to do it. I guess we'll find out. And yes, we do. We have Alabama A&M, so it was not reseeded. Longwood, the number 4 seed, ends up with the most favorable matchup here in second round of the tournament. Now, Alabama A&M should be an easy matchup for us, so we are not going to play this one directly. I'm going to go ahead and let this game sim out. It is a win, 67-51. Samuels with 15 points. Longwood beating Alamo Heights, so ending their streak. Daytona Beach beating Mississippi Valley State, and Maryland Eastern Shore beating Massachusetts Lowell. So the top 4 teams in the conference that had a fairly clear advantage over the following teams end up the same 4 that are going to make the semifinals in our first appearance in a conference tournament. And that means we are matched up against Longwood. Longwood, we only played them once during the conference schedule, but we beat them pretty easily when we did. We were at home for that one, I believe. They are 14-14 overall on the season. According to the scouting report, which we've already seen, our scouting reports are horribly inaccurate in comparison to the opposition scouting reports. We saw that at the beginning of the season on multiple occasions. I'm not good at scouting. I have a level 1 scouting, so we tend to be quite awful. Now, we are technically the home team for this game. Does that mean we are home, or is it neutral territory? Pac-12, for instance, has a multi-year contract to play in Vegas for their tournament. So everybody goes to Vegas to play that conference tournament. Is this neutral territory, or are we actually at home? If we're at home, then you figure we are going to be heavily favored to win this one. But according to the scouting report, our only advantage is Damon Robinson at small forward, who is certainly not bad. He's better than our 2 guards. But Darius Q and Samuels are significantly better. And their freshman, Rommel Bush, apparently is as good as Darius Q. Looking at their numbers, well, similar rebounds, similar assists, similar blocks. In fact, they have a little advantage there. Similar steals, slight advantage to us, but we outscore them essentially 2-1. I don't know if we are missing an advantage there, if we're missing something. And apparently their bench is better than our bench, even though our bench have put up better numbers all season long. Team performance, likewise, offensive, defensive. Shooting is similar. Nice 34% three-point shooting for us on the season. They have a slight advantage in free throws. We're definitely out-rebounding them. They're out-blocking us, and that's about it. 4 less on the turnovers. You'd figure, based on this, we should have a definite advantage. I'm going to save the live action, though, for the conference finals. So let's go ahead and get through this conference semis. Let's see if the scouting report is accurate, or that my prediction that this should be a comfortable win is more accurate. 71-57. My prediction was the more accurate one. Our coach's scouting is utter garbage. Following a 72-68 win, it is Daytona Beach we will go up against in the conference championship. I'm not sure how, but somehow we've avoided playing Daytona Beach so far this season. Again, scouting very mediocre from us. We think we have a 51% chance of winning this, again, home game, because we are the favorite team in the league, top team. No advantage in the guards. That's pretty standard for us, but we do have the advantage at small forward and power forward, and then apparently balanced at center. Their center actually does look pretty good. The senior scores a decent amount, 7 points a game. Actually, that's the smallest out of the starters. They are very well balanced across the board for their starting five. But then 6 rebounds, a couple steals, and better than a block a game. In fact, both of their post players are getting better than a block a game. Even though it says that their bench is favored, our bench has outdone them in every single stat category. So from that, it looks like we should be about favored. Their offense is definitely better than what we've seen from some of the others, as is their defense, as is their shooting. They are better than us in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage, and a slight advantage in free throw percentage. Their assists are on par with us. Their rebounds are definitely better than what we've been facing in other teams, even though we still have a couple rebound per game advantage. We actually are ahead in blocks, so all of their blocks are really coming from 2 guys, 2.2 out of the 3.8 per game, coming from just those 2 post starters. Steals per game, though, is actually slightly higher than ours, but they do turn the ball over a bit more, but only 2.5 per game more than what we have. So based on all of that, you still figure that we are the favorite, but they are absolutely, in terms of team stats, a better team than what we faced in Longwood, and a better team than what we faced in the league throughout this season. In the league, we've been perfect at home. Let's see if we can keep that up. Both losses came on the road. 1 more to go. It would be win number 25, and for the first time, game number 30 of our season. Game underway. They win the initial tip. Let's see what we can do with our first defensive point, and we already start with a steal. First offensive possession. Having difficulty working the ball inside. Not sure what the call was, but we ended up with a dead ball situation as we went up for the shot. Maybe a travel before he went up. Total fouls. Even though both teams have not scored through the first 2 minutes, so we have a defensive battle early on. Total fouls is 2 for them already here in the first 2 minutes. So they have stopped us, but they're stopping us by fouling. Hopefully that trend continues as the game is now getting scoring underway in the 3rd minute. Both teams able to score once, and then finally a 3-pointer for us, but immediately followed up with a 3-pointer from them. Keeps the game level here in the first 4 minutes. Our second foul allows them to get to the free throw line, but they only make 1 out of 2. It's 7-6, and then they score in the next possession to see their first lead before we then work the ball down low and beat the man to the hoop to get it to 9-8, now trailing by 1 as the teams are exchanging leads at the moment. 11-10. Both teams still sitting on just 2 fouls. So after a couple very quick fouls for them, they have settled down and they are balanced, and we've got ourselves a game. Ken K. Geyer, the one doing almost all the scoring. He has 9 points right now and is in at point guard. So why is he in already? Well, no, he goes. It's normal time for him to be in, but he is absolutely on fire. 4-4 shooting, 2 assists, and 9 points. Great start from Geyer on this one. Darius Q, slow start. He can pick things up. That would obviously help us out. He's only got 2 points, 1 of 3 shooting so far. Geyer with his first miss, and they just missed a layup wide open in close. Lucky for us. Our zone is not covering those guys very well at the moment. I'm not happy with the zone selection when they've got 2 guys down in the low block and they've got the ball inside. It's leading to some easy scores for them at the moment. Not a good choice of defense with that 1-3-1 zone. Again, another easy score inside. We really need to switch out of that 1-3-1 zone. Now into a man-to-man. Oh, but then we commit the foul. By the way, they committed those 2 early fouls in the first couple of minutes. They've only had 1 foul in more than 10 minutes since then. That's insane, as we have slowly climbed up to 6 fouls, which is representative of about where we should be right now. But we are Darius Q 1 for 4 on shooting. We are doubling them up in the fouls department, and we only trail by 6. It could be so much worse, but now it's by 8. Let's go ahead and use that first time out, try to get things going, as they have some definite momentum, and now it's 10. So I was just saying how it wasn't bad, it could be worse, and then it's quickly become worse. We cannot get a shot right now for the life of us, and they are, I don't know, is it like a 10-0 run or something at this point? Full timeout. Desperately need this. Still can't score. We are all over the place right now. Well, Ty Malone. Malone has played like 2 minutes all season. Why is he in? Q has 0 fouls, and Ty Malone is playing. McIntyre have like 4 fouls already. I have no idea what is going on with us, but we have steadied the ship a little bit, as we are on we were on a little 5-0 run. Wow, okay, so Q is having a horrendous start to this game. 1 of 4 shooting, just 2 points, a -11 for him. Samuel's also really struggling. Their 2 post players are absolutely dominating our 2 guys right now, and Geyer, the only player to get things going. McIntyre, 2 fouls? Geyer has 3 fouls. They have the majority of the fouls. For Geyer, that's not as big of a deal, as he comes off the bench. Technically, so does McIntyre, but McIntyre being out led to Malone getting 4 minutes there. He wasn't so bad. It's Archie who was in. Geyer who was in, even though he was doing well. His teammates around him struggled during that stretch. Yeah, Q. We need him to play better. 16-12 in the paint, and they killed us on the fast break there. We've got a lot of work to do if we are going to keep our season alive. Now, 24 wins, 25 wins, wherever we're at on that, may be enough to make it to a low-level tournament. But from Conference V, I don't know. I do not know if we're going to get that sort of invite, that sort of selection, even with that many wins. You're almost in a must-win conference tournament to make a subsequent tournament, whether it's the March Madness tournament or something else. The something else pretty much doesn't exist for our conference. The prestige is just too low. You could be 29-1 and lose that conference championship game and still not get a invite to anything. So let's see if we can bounce back in the second half. That was a terrible first half, and we've already used up our full timeout. We have 2 30s for the rest of the game. 3 possessions now to start, and we do finally get a score on the third one. No fouls on those first 2. I don't know what the dead balls were for, kickballs, whatever the case may be, but 2 scores to start the half helps. We've already cut it to single digits. Oh, good chance there from the elbow, but cannot convert. Thought we had the steal there, but we end up with a dead ball, and they get the ball back. And we score on the next possession. So we've scored on 3 out of 4 and have shut them down. 4 out of 5 possessions we have scored, and it's a 4-point game. It's a 2-point game, as we have now converted on 5 of 6 chances to open the half. They do finally score, but we are all over it. Wow. Okay, we got 4 points on that possession as we got to the free throw line, made the first free throw, rebounded on the missed second attempt, and then got the 3-pointer in the corner to tie. They did finally get a 3-pointer themselves, and an easy 2 as they got behind our defense on that one in the low block and then converted down low. Nice move there to get a couple points, though. That very, very quick from tie to 5-point deficit has, oh gosh, ouch, missed chances. So many missed layups at this level. So many missed. All right, checking in on the team. Samuels, he's having a big day all of a sudden here early in the second half. 11 points for him. McIntyre has 4. Robinson has 9. He was already doing well, but 3 of 7 shooting. So it's mixed bag on that one. It's volume as much as anything else. But it's a tie game, 52-52. And this is now without Q. Q back in, and yes, he has 8 points now. So he had 6 points here early in the second half. So Samuels and Q were the ones who have been leading the charge. The two guys who absolutely struggled in the first half came out aggressive in the second half, and all those early possessions and those early scores came from their efforts. The halftime talk that I was giving them, apparently they were listening. 54-53, a 1-point lead here with 10 minutes to play. There's a steal. Difficult angle. Lucky to get fouled and get to the free throw line where we converted both. But then we foul them and put them on the line. Both teams on 6 fouls. Now we are in the single bonus as they have committed their 7th. We get a steal here. Can we convert this into a score? No, we give the ball right back. But luckily they did not score at the other end. And then we get fouled again. And we convert both free throws. And now we are entering the double bonus. From here on out, that will be 2 free throws regardless. 60-58. We have that advantage in the free throw department as we end up with three free throws there. Both teams shoot free throws similarly, so getting that double bonus can help. We have them in the single bonus now, though, so we've got to be careful. Nice drive, convert at the hoop, 64-62. Let's start slowing things down here for the last 5 minutes. Slow things down a bit initially, and then the last few minutes we'll slow it down some more. 4-point lead. Playing man-to-man on the defense. We force the miss, but the rebound goes right back to the shooter. And again, the three-pointer misses, and they get another offensive rebound. They cannot get inside at all. We've got them covered really well from the perimeter, and we force the miss yet again, the third miss of that possession, and we finally get the defensive rebound and go to the other end. Down to 4.5 minutes to play. Now we're the team who can't work the ball inside, and we take the 3 and make it. It's Kalakatronis, only 5 points in the game. His first field goal, his previous 2 points coming from the free throw line, and it is 72-65 with 3.5 to play. Still on the man-to-man, this time beaten inside, and they're going to get the quick score. Full court man-to-man from them. And we missed that shot from outside, but we get the offensive rebound. That's going to help us kill the clock. It's not quite time to kill the clock just yet. 74-67. We might want to go into stalling the offense a little bit. Foul on that one, and they're going to be a double bonus from here on out. 4-point game. Oh, we had an open shooter for 3. We don't take it. Their zone right now leading to some obvious chances that we are just not taking, but Kalakatronis converting another field goal, and it's 76-70. I'm not sure what their call was, but they turned that ball over on a dead ball situation, so possibly a travel, and Wade Dyer scores it at 78-70. Looks like we might be putting this one out. Now we want to start stalling the offense. 1.5 minutes to go. 6-point game as they scored on that possession. Now playing that man-to-man, dead ball there. Both teams in the double bonus. We missed that one, but we get the offensive rebound and then immediately give it away. The kick out to the guy above on the elbow did not make it to him. The defender got it and they score, they convert, but we are fouled and it's 80-74. 46 seconds remain. 6-point lead. That's at least a 2-possession game. They do go for the 3, but they miss. We get the rebound. This might do it. They commit the quick foul to slow the game down, and we make both free throws, now leading by 8. Time is running out. Another miss, and Brent Gross with the rebound, his second of the game. And this should do it. Yes, they are not fouling. This is going to run the clock. 10 seconds now. 8. 6. We are headed to the NCAA Championship. We are in it. We are in it. We have won the league. Final score 85-74. Our big two had a terrible first half, and we had a double-digit deficit at half. The big two came out swinging to start the second half. Huge plays, and we got a bit of a run going that got us first caught up and into a gradual lead, which they then hung with us for a while before we eventually opened that up a little bit more over the next 10 minutes, that they then kept about the same distance. And then as we got down the stretch into the final 3 minutes, we lit it up with some really big scores and some really big rebounds. And then in that final minute dead time where they were desperate, commit those fouls, we were clutch on those free throws and stretched that lead to double digits. I think that was our biggest lead of the day, was the final score 85-74, and we have won the Conference V regular season. We have won the Conference V tournament. We are guaranteed promotion, and now we are guaranteed our first ever NCAA tournament bid. Let's go ahead and watch the selection show and see the damage, as I'm assuming we are going to be a 16 seed, hopefully not a play-in game 16 seed. I'd like to get the automatic on this one. We have enough of a record that you would think that that might be the case, but as we are literally the last automatic qualifier in terms of prestige, we are going to be dead last in that selection. So there's a very good chance that we will be one of the two 16 seed play-ins, us and the conference above us, presumably. All right, the 16 seed play-in game is Hanover and Kennesaw State. It's not us. So we can assume that we will likely be a 16 seed, but not necessarily. It's possible we might get a 15 or 14 seed, but I don't see us being much higher than that as a low prestige school from a low prestige conference. But we have at least escaped the automatic or the play-in round. So that's good. Yeah, the 216 play-ins are without us, so we have done well so far. We will be a regularly seeded team in this tournament. I think that's already a big victory for us, though I don't think we're going to see any victories in the tournament. It looks like we have missed out on the Buffalo region, but there's 3 more regions to come. We'll see where we slot in eventually. The next 1 seed goes to Memphis. Even though they are only ranked number 5, they have picked up a 1 seed, so they've really lucked out on that one. Seeing that we saw Michigan already, the number 3 ranked team with a 1 seed, you assume that it's the number 4 ranked team that is going to be the unfortunate, unlucky soul to miss out on a 1 seed, and they'll likely have a 2 seed. And as we continue into this second region, still no sign of us. Therefore, I would assume we're going to be in the 3rd region. I'm going to go ahead and move my camera over. There's an automatic 16 in North Baltimore. We're kind of running out of options on that one. It looks like we're going to have a 15 seed or better. Duke, the number 1 overall team in the nation, probably the number 1 overall seed in this tournament. They at least have a number 1 seed. And that's 3 regions, all assigned. So obviously we are going to be in this 4th and final region. Let's see how this one shakes out. Michigan State, number 2 overall, the number 1 seed here. De La Salle and Southern are the play-in games on that one, which means we are 15th or better. Northeast Boston gets the 15 seed, so we're higher than that. It's Washington who sits number 2. Should have an automatic bid, right? We should be in the tournament. Now I'm starting to get nervous. Winning Conference V should have guaranteed us a spot. And there it is. There it is. Wow, we are in. And they gave us an 11 seed. That is shocking. I know we are 25-5. I know that that is a strong record, and that gives us a boost. I just I did not fathom that we would get such a high seed, that we would get so much recognition based on the quality of the team. Our RPI was fairly decent, but an 11 seed is shocking because not only does that put us above a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, but take those 5 and multiply it by 4. Puts us above 20 teams, and actually those couple play-ins as well. Multiple play-ins for that matter. So, we're minimum ahead of 22 teams in the pecking order, according to the selection committee. That's huge. Now, do we have a chance of beating Northern Iowa? Apparently, they think we have a chance because you do see some 11s beat 6 seeds. It does happen. This year we saw in real life a 15 beat a 2. And your brackets are set, and oh my, our first ever appearance, and we come in with a pretty amazing vote of confidence from the selection committee with an 11 seed in the Oakland. So, we're playing West Coast. We're playing against Northern Iowa. That would be like a home game. Of course, the game isn't going to care one iota about that we are way closer to home with our first ever NCAA tournament bid, which would, of course, being in Oakland, being one state away, would make a huge traveling crowd for that one. George Mason with a 3 seed at a 29-3 record, the likely opponent for the second round if we were to get the upset or they're over Northern Iowa. And it feels like that's a team that's going to be a lot like us, right? A team that is in a lower conference but just had an amazing season. Interesting. So Northern Iowa is from Conference E. Of course, our scouting report, as always, has no clue what it's talking about. It's got us ahead at small forward and power forward and the bench. It's got them with the advantage at point guard. He's definitely outscoring and out-assisting Wade Dyer. Their freshman shooting guard is getting an 11.5 a game. He's looking really good too. Looks like we have a decent matchup at small forward that we actually might have a small advantage on. We definitely look to have a bit of an advantage at power forward, but not massively, just marginally. And it looks like they might be a little bit better off at center than we are, but Samuels is certainly out rebounding that guy. And for once, they say we have the favored bench, and they have put up bigger numbers. Their offense has been a little more productive than ours, but our defense has certainly shut opposition down a little more than they have. But of course, we've played much weaker opposition in Conference V than they have in Conference E. They're shooting 51% from the field. This is where I worry. They shoot the ball really well. It's going to be a lot more difficult to keep them down in terms of scoring in this game than what we've seen against our opposition this season. It's the first ranked opponent we have played all season. They beat Gonzaga 71-60. And they've actually won all 3 games they've played against top 25 opposition this season. That's worrying because we haven't played any. Now, in real life, this would be a neutral territory, right? It's the Oakland Regional. This wouldn't necessarily first round be in Oakland itself, but we would be at some sort of West Coast city for the 4 teams of our end of the bracket. Not the case, right? Not the case here. They have us labeled to be in Northern Iowa for this one, so they are. It's not just a neutral game. They are the home team here, which means our task of trying to come away with a win on this one is made so much more difficult by the fact that we've been on the road. Winning the conference tournament, even though we were down by 12 at half, it was really aided by the fact that we were playing at home and we were able to get that run going early in the second half. We'll see what we can do in this one, but I do worry about our ability to win this game, being that we are technically on the road and not in neutral territory here. Let's go ahead and tip off our first ever appearance in the NCAA March Madness tournament. We win the opening tip, and we get 2 chances at the possession but cannot convert. And their first shot is a 3-pointer from the point guard on top, and he drains it, and we trail, 2 possessions, 2 3-pointers, and we are already down by a big 6 before we finally get our first score. But this is a very worrying start that they are shooting so well, and we've already noticed that they shoot really well. Robinson, warned by the refs after he was inside and took the inside shot, and then it was waved off and they were given the ball. So Robinson maybe called for the travel as he tried to go up for that one. We trail 10-4. We have settled down a little bit, but we trail by that same 6 points that they got early on. We've worked the ball inside a couple times, but they are forcing us back out. We're having to use the whole possession to try to get something off, and then we do finally score, and then they go down to the other end and immediately drain their third 3-pointer of the game. That layup inside, great drive there, and we've cut the lead to 3. This is the first time that we've really seen ourselves work our way back into this game, and with just a 3-point deficit, I'm feeling a lot better at the moment as we're shooting well. It was a difficult shot along the baseline. Mid-range is not a shot I'd like players to be taking pretty much ever, but we're only down by 1 here with 13 minutes left to go here in the first. Checking in on the team, Darius Q, perfect, 4 from 4, 8 points. Hopefully he can step up for the entirety of the game. I think our only chance of winning realistically is going to come down from Q having a massive day and get some help from his teammates, but he's the only player capable of putting up the kind of numbers that we are going to need to beat a top 25 type team. And so far, 4-4 shooting, 8 points is the kind of performance that he's going to need to maintain throughout 40 minutes. Again, we settle for that difficult shot. Cannot convert it this time around. Looked like we had the steal there, but they end up with the dead ball situation. 10 minutes played, a total of just 3 fouls, 2 of them on us, of course, but not a lot of rebounds in this. Neither team missing a whole lot. 7 total rebounds so far. Turnovers have happened. There's been 10 turnovers. More turnovers than rebounds in this game at this stage. Both teams shooting well into the 60%. That's crazy. I've seen halves with this many points. We still got 7 minutes to go. 1-point game. But we need to step up our defense. Oof. Rough go there. Missed that 3. I haven't seen too many 3-pointer attempts as of yet. Ty Malone, why is he in? Why is Ty Malone playing in big games right now? What is going on with the AI selecting him? It's 28-28 here with 5 to go. Inside, ouch, they easily get behind us. They had 3 guys underneath our entire defense. Any one of them could have scored that one, and they have a lot of momentum at the moment. Let's go ahead and use our... or not. I wanted to use my 30-second timeout, but then we go and drain a 3 and take that momentum away. So, and we turned it into back-to-back possessions with 3-pointers. And then the long-range 2 on that one, and we are suddenly shooting lights out, which is something we've actually really done throughout the half. 3 minutes to go, and we continue to shoot the ball well. I'm so glad that I missed that timeout opportunity because we have really turned that into something nice. Only 4 fouls here. First half, another 3-pointer on that one. It's a 5-point game. Our problem, though, is that they continue to shoot the ball well. We've had more attempts. We've made more. We've made 3 more on 3 more attempts. Neither team getting very many free throws. Turnovers have limited recently, allowing for more shots. Q now on 10 points. Still perfect shooting, but he's only scored once, meaning We're not getting the ball to him very well, so they're defending us in a way that is making it hard for Q to get a proper look. And that is halftime, and we've got a 4-point advantage. It's 45-41 at the half. Kalakachonis, 9 points off the bench in this one, 4 of 5 shooting for him, and a +5. And once again, our bench is the one that's making a real difference. Dead even in the paint 2020, but the second chance points have all gone their way, while the fast break has been our strong suit in the first half. Here we go, second half now. One thing that I forgot to adjust that in years past I would adjust at this point is when you reach tournament play, both conference and especially if you're making the NCAA tournament, generally I would adjust the minutes to be even more catered to your better players. As in, if you're getting 4 minutes a game for a young guy, I'm not going to give him those 4 minutes a game in tournament play. He'll get garbage time. He might get out there, but you want to win, right? You want to get in through a round, and so you're going to take those opportunities to get your best players on the court as much as possible. Anyway, 50-49. We still have a lead here through the first 4 minutes of the second half, but they have definitely come out a little bit better. They've closed that gap on us a bit. And after that field goal, though, easy shot inside. We do reset and kick it out as the defense collapsed really close. But we should have had the easy putback, and we didn't. And we didn't end up scoring on that possession. 3 quick, well, not quick fouls, but 3 fouls for them. Not too many fouls overall in this game as a whole. That 3. I thought we had 59 already, but apparently I can't count. That mid-range 2 leads to free throws, but we only convert 1, miss on the second, and couldn't get the offensive rebound this time around. They went down to the other end. A 1-3-1 zone at the moment is working. Fast break for them, though, and it's a 2-point game. Turnover and another fast break bucket. That's back-to-back. Thankfully, we get a trip to the line after a foul. It's 63-60, 11 to play, and I'm going to start slowing things down a little bit earlier in this game, as it is the NCAA tournament, and we actually have a legitimate shot at getting to the second round. Boy, last time I did this series, starting with 2017 version of Draft Day Sports College Basketball, gosh, we were probably 6 divisions up before we ever had our first tournament victory. But the transfer portal was a different thing back then. It still wasn't wide open like it is now. The transfer portal has completely changed this sport, and we're seeing it firsthand, where I'm having an easy time getting quality players in through the transfer portal. Now, of course, our leader is not somebody who came to us through the transfer portal. It is somebody we recruited. We just got really lucky getting the best player in the state. It's a 3-point game with 8 minutes to play, though. This absolutely still could go either way. But Q, who was huge in the first half, has not been huge in the second half. He has 2 points, but he is 0 for 3 shooting in the second half. He's now 4 for 7 for the game. Archie is in with 9 points. He's been scoring well from the bench. Nice miss there. In the zone, we're attacking the basket. They got help side D, though, and forced the miss. Work the ball into the low block, but they're going to have to kick it back out. Long range 3, and it's a tie game. David Robinson now with 20 points, 6 minutes to play. Another 3-pointer. This time we're able to get the rebound after they miss. We take the 3 and we make it. It's Brent Gross. 7 points for the game. And they're going to attempt another 3. Another miss. Samuels with the rebound. Put back. Archie. 11 points. 5-point game. Foul. Offensive rebound. And a tie game. Not sure how a 3-point advantage on a mid-range 2 tied the game up. I missed something in that, but I know they had the free throws. But I don't know how you get a 5-point deficit, how you make up 5 points with one free throw and one field goal. I missed a 2 in there somewhere. 78-76. Uh-oh. Oof. Defense this time not covering things so well. And another foul. Both teams in the bonus. And we trail by 1. Slowing it down some more. 3 minutes to play. We make the field goal. We get the steal. Settle for the long-range 3, and Damon Robinson drains it, his second of the game. And now a 1-point lead has turned into a 4-point lead. They've got the turnover, and again, we're running the same motion offense. Get it inside. They cover it down, and McIntyre makes it. 7 points for the game. It's 85-79. 2 minutes to play, and we are up by 6. Turnover. Henry, I don't know what he turned it over for. Maybe a travel. We missed that chance, though. But the clock is running. Minute and a half to go. Taylor gets inside, makes the easy bucket after he makes a nice move to get off the defense. Ooh, they're going zone, and we had room to shoot the 3. Take the open 3. Take the open 3. No, we're going to cut inside, and we miss. Wade Dyer misses that one. Feeding the ball down low. Should be difficult from here, but no, he makes it. 1 minute to play. 1 minute to play. Stall the offense. Stall the offense. Slow it down. Run that clock. 85-83. We're not running any set play right now. 43 seconds. We are just running clock. Keeping the ball away. They are running man-to-man. They are not fouling us. Dead ball situation, and we have turned it over. Did we not get the shot off in time? Darius Q, fast break, and he makes it! He makes it. We got the steal and fast break, and Darius Q comes up huge. He has only scored 1 field goal this entire half, and that was just now. But they just converted on that next possession. 13 seconds to go in this game. 8 seconds, they're going to commit the foul. It's Wade Dyer who goes to the free throw line, makes both free throws. We have 7 seconds left and a 4-point lead. They need a quick shot. They're going to get it. They're going to make it. And they don't even get the foul off. We had 2 seconds to go. They cannot get the quick foul. We get the ball in, and we have won it. We have won it. We have won. We are into the second round. Our very first tournament appearance. I said it was going to be down to Q. He was huge in the first half. He gave us the advantage, and he was clutch when he was needed in the second half. We had a very close game with a minute to go, and we get a fast break bucket from Q. His only score of the second half, his only field goal of the second half, and he has done it when we needed it most. But his teammates stepped up huge, and we steal the win, 89-87. We are into the second round of the tournament. Wow. First appearance, and we are perfect. We have 1,000 win percentage in the NCAA tournament. That will soon come to an end. But we made it. We made it this far. Points in the paint, fairly balanced. Second chance points, much better in the second half. Fast break continued to be a strong suit for us in the second half, though they did get a couple fast break buckets themselves. Q, very quiet second half, but he was clutch when he needed to be. 3 turnovers. Wade Dyer, 4 turnovers on the day. Kalakachonis, we saw him at 9 fairly early on, but he shot the ball well. Geyer, one of our really helpful things is our bench is capable of scoring. That has made such a difference this season as we spread those minutes around. All right, we're going to play this one out pretty quickly because I have a feeling we're going to face a blowout this time. It is the number 6 team in the nation who somehow only got a 3 seed. It's George Mason. Remember, one of the 1 seeds was the number 5 team in the nation. They're only ranked 1 spot below that. This is a huge ask for us to try to do something. It's a big-time team, big-time opponent who have been very good this season. They've already got 30 wins. Now, of course, we've been really good this season too, but we've been doing it at a level that is much, much lower. That first-round win was massive for our program, but I have a feeling that this is going to get ugly. Q can kind of hang with their caliber of player. Robinson can kind of hang with their caliber of player. But we're going to struggle. I think our shooting percentage is going to be below 40% for this game. I think we're going to get out rebounded massively. Right now it's 9-1 in the rebounds department. The only thing keeping us in this is they are not taking care of the ball very well. We've had 5 steals already. It's 8-2 in the turnover department to our advantage. That is the only thing keeping us in it. I said I figured we're going to shoot below 40% right now. Well, a moment ago we were below 30%. We are 5 of 15 shooting. Their defense is going to stifle us. We are going to struggle. Down by 6, not bad at this point. I have a feeling we're going to lose by 20 plus points. We are just massively overmatched at this level against the top 10 team in the nation. But that's fantastic that we have made it to the second round of the tournament, that we are here, that we are going up against such a high caliber opponent and only trailing by 6 points with 6 minutes to go here in the first half. So we have been huge, especially considering the fact that we were behind like 9-1 in rebounds. Now it's 9-5 in rebounds. So we're making some progress. But the turnovers, where we had that nice advantage, yeah, they're catching up on us. Where we were shooting 20%, right now it's 45%. So we are clutch at the moment, but how long can you maintain it? That's the difficult part with all of that. Q, 2 of 3 shooting, 4 points for him so far. Nobody stepping up in a big way, but we are hanging in there with him, trailing by just 6 points with 2 minutes to go here in the half. And we get to the half, only trailing by 6. Pretty respectable half, but they are out-rebounding us. We don't have a fast break advantage or anything like that. And here, unlike previously, our bench is struggling. Only one... No, I can count. Actually, our bench is doing really well. Again, our starters are the ones that are having a hard time hanging with their caliber of starter. I knew that we have some quality to this team, and we beat teams in conferences well above us. But that doesn't mean that you're beating the best teams of those conferences. Often that's probably the worst team of those conferences. None of them were ranked. Beating Northern Iowa, barely, and doing so against a team just inside the top 25 rankings is huge. And we've gone on a massive run all of a sudden. In the last 2 minutes, we went from a 6-point deficit to an 8-point lead. Holy crap, we are on fire right now. Something that they have not done all game. And we still only have a small amount of momentum, but it's an 8-point lead right now. Are you saying there's a chance? Well, obviously, if we have a lead with 12 minutes to go, there's a chance. They've still got to be the favorites to win this game, but my oh my, what a run from the team. Q, only 7 points too. This is not our one-man show. In fact, no player on the court right now has double digits. This has been a really low-scoring game. They only have 38 points for the entire game. Our defense has forced 23 turnovers. It's only 7 steals, though. They are crumbling under the pressure right now, 37%. And we're at 48% from the field. What? 11-point lead, 8 minutes to play? Are you kidding me? This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. It's 53-44. With 6 minutes to play. But here they come. Here they come. Slowing it down. 5 minutes to play. They have the momentum. They've cut it back down to 5. We have not scored for a while. We went on that crazy run, scoring about 16 points in just like 2 minutes. We went from an 8-point deficit to an 8-point lead in about 2 minutes. That was insane. But here they are, already back into this thing. There's the turnover. Oh, fast break. Oh, nice. I was going to use my timeout, but we don't get it in. I'm okay with that because we got the fast break bucket. 55-50 as they came down and scored at the other end. 4 minutes to play. 3.5 minutes to play. Now's the time for a timeout. We get it in. We reset. It's a 10-point game. The advantage is gone. Can we slow things up? We get the turnover. defense coming up huge. Again, we have 18. They have 25 turnovers in this game. We're minus 10 in the rebounds. We have no business being in this game, but because of the turnovers, we are. We're 3 from 18 for 3, but they are 1 for 7. So they're not attempting the long ball, so their points are coming few and far between. We're not committing a ton of fouls. They've only had 17 free throws. We've only had 8. But we have a 9-point lead with a minute and a half to play. Rebound. The foul. They've gone into the foul situation where they're committing the automatic fouls right now, but we're only in the single bonus. For them, that's good. Good reason to put us on the line, because then if you miss it, they're stealing a possession. This time they commit not to foul, and let's start stalling the offense. 65-54. Slow it down. Use the clock. Timeout. Full timeout. Here we go. 9-point game. 15 seconds. We're going to win. We're going to win. You've got to be kidding me. We're beating the number 6 team in the country. Come on now. 67-56. We are through the second round. We got the rebounds within 5 in the end. We were still plus 6 in the turnovers department. 18 steals. 18 steals today. Hell yeah. 1 shot away from 50% from the field. And we held them below 40%. We only made 5 free throws today. We only made 4 3-pointers today. And yet somehow we were out-rebounded. We were outshot. Well, we weren't outshot from 3, but we shot poorly from 3. We shot poorly from the free throw line and barely even got there. And yet somehow we win. And it's very clear how. Steals. General turnovers and steals. Q, 12 points. Robinson, 9. Is Q the only one even in double digits? 67 is not a lot of scoring, but 56 is fantastic defense against the number 6 team in the country. Now, of course, George Mason, this is not a high conference team. I need to go check that scouting report again and see what. We're in the 8th tier, Conference H. So this was a team that dominated their conference, had a very good season, 30-3 overall, good enough to get that number 6 ranking. But this was a mid-conference dominating team. We were a bottom conference dominating team. We were 14-2 in our conference, 25-5. Similar, but not quite as dominating as them. But they did it from a much higher level. Their net was only number 10. I don't know how they got to 6th in the rankings when their net was so low. But this was not... We've played teams from higher conferences, right, this season. I think George Mason was a team that was destined to lose at some point. They weren't going to win this tournament. They shouldn't have lost to us, though. Just like we're a team that is destined to lose at some point, but not yet. We are perfect 2-0 in the tournament, and I am out of time for this episode, so that loss is coming. We are not going to win this tournament, but what? We're still in it for now. We are into the Sweet 16. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Smash that like button for our first ever massive success of a season. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.